Hello, welcome to Cueless, back again, episode 3. Not a lot of snooker to talk about this week, Isaac.
No, we've got some Q School Actione, and then there's the snooker that's actually on now. We're recording this quite late on Monday evening, and whilst Wilson and Allen and Williams and Ding are all playing. If you're wondering, if you want to timestamp exactly where we are, it's 1-0 to Ding, and it's 1-1 between Wilson and Allen. Out of form, Allen's just hit a ton. So
it's not. It's 2-1. It's 2-1 to Wilson.
I'm refreshing, and it's 2-1. You're right.
I am right because I've got it on here.
I'm not watching the actual thing. Let's just put that out there. I think it would distract me too much. What I'd like to start with then is a little-known Cueless podcast got a little mention. And actually, thank you to
that was exciting, wasn't it?
Said it on a YouTube comment. They said, just found your channel through this podcast. And I was thinking, like, why? So it was, if anyone's, it was Dave Hendon, the ITV Eurosport commentator. Yeah. I would go as far as to say, the voice of snooker. One of.
Certainly one of. Yeah.
One of the voices of snooker. How far down the list of the voices?
It's within our interest, really, to put him up for now, isn't it?
Yeah. How many people have to die?
The voice of snooker.
Before Dave Hendon is the voice of snooker. Not more people that would have to die before it's us, so he's doing well.
Yeah.
And he said, we were, and I quote, quite amusing.
Quite amusing. I can't. I was embarrassingly pleased when I heard that.
It's like I took a break from work. What to say.
I was at work and I had a text pop up on my phone from you saying this. We've just been mentioned on Dave Hendon's podcast, and so I opened it up, I pressed play, and skipped to the timestamp that you sent me.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't make him listen to all 40 minutes.
That's only because I was at work. I will go back and listen to
I have since listened to the whole thing. I'm actually quite a keen listener of Snooker Scene podcast. Genuinely listened to it quite a bit. Just hadn't happened to listen to this week's. But yeah, if you haven't ever heard of that podcast, it's awesome. And it's been going years. And he knows his shit. I can swear. He knows his shit. So thank you, Dave Hendon, more than anything, if you're listening.
Thank you.
Which he is.
And thank you for thank you, Dave. Thanks for taking the time to listen to a couple of likely lads.
I didn't quite know where it was going when he started, because he started saying like there are a couple of 20-year-olds, it could be shit. But and I've wondered this with snooker for a while. Snooker's almost like gate kept for like people over 40, and no longer. It's a game for everyone. Guys, girls, everyone, young and old. Snooker's for everyone. Okay.
I was absolutely delighted when he threw in the butt. So I thought it was. However, going to be rubbish.
I found them entertaining. They were quite amusing. That's the quote. That's the full quote.
I think we should start selling ourselves more as likely lads.
Likely lads, yeah. 20-somethings.
20-somethings.
Cullum, early noughties album. 20-somethings. Anyway, we'll move off from Dave Hendon. So thanks, Dave.
Yes, thank you very much, Dave.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Yes, he is. The first friend of the pod, Dave Hendon.
Friend of the pod, Dave Hendon. Right, I'd like to move on to spotlighting another friend of the pod, if that's okay, because we're going to be, as I said, spotlighting some articles on a website called Snooker HQ. It's if you like sort of articles that keep you up to date on what's going on in snooker, it's the place to be. You can sign up for some emails. It's all free and stuff, but the best thing about it is they do not spam you with emails. They just sort of send you when there's been a new post, send you an email. And I've got an article in front of me by David Caulfield, and it is titled Florian Nusel. It's a umlaut U and a weird B with a gap. Nusel. One of 3 amateurs to steal promotion to World Snooker Tour. So it's been Q School, Ben. It's been Q School.
Yes.
I guarantee you might have watched more. Did you watch more than me? I didn't watch much.
I watched none of it, I won't lie.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Who's watching Q School? Come on. No, I'm joking. 24 competitors from the Q Tour amateur circuit travelled to Antalya. This shocked me. I just assumed. So, let me get this straight. Q School was in Turkey, and the Players' Championship is in Telford. In fucking Telford.
You've just answered the question that was on my lips, which was, where's Antalya?
Yeah, so I Googled it. It's in Turkey. So they were hoping to achieve professional status. Highfield and Hallworth both regained their membership, so they've been there before. So
Yes.
we've got Liam Highfield, which I'd like to shout out for any Stokies listening, is from Stoke-on-Trent. And also, this is another point I want to get back onto Telford. He might have a potential best... I don't know if it is his nickname, but yeah, obviously Stoke-on-Trent famous for their pottery. Liam the Potter Highfield.
Liam the Potter Highfield.
It works on 2 levels.
It does, yeah, actually, it does, yeah.
So he was on the tour between 2010 and 2024 and got up to a high of number 39 in the rankings. So it's good to see him back. Then we've got Stephen Hallworth, who was on the tour between 14 and 16 and also again in 20 and 22. He's from Lincoln, any Lincolnshire people. And then we've got Florian. If you weren't educated, you'd think it would be Nubel, but it's not. I think it's Nusel. He's only 23. Austrian, first Austrian guy to ever make the tour. But what I'm saying is, if you want to read more about that,
check out
go over
Snooker
to
HQ.
Snooker HQ. Please, I'll pop a link in our bio.
There's some other really interesting articles. There's another one because Ukrainian... I've forgotten his name. Just won the under 21 snooker championships.
Yes, and also there's one about a painting.
I don't want to try and pronounce his name. This Ukrainian lad who's won the.
Don't bother. We know who you mean.
It's impressive. Congratulations. Very nice.
Else.
That's my summary.
Yeah. I'll clip that up. Send it to him. Someone else returning to tour, said with bated breath, is...
What's going on there?
What's going on there?
It's an advert.
So he's got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Zhao Jintong is back. He's back, baby.
Yeah.
2021 UK champ is back, okay? Now, he was out for 20 months for being involved in match fixing. I don't want to get into it. It's a scandal. It's a scandal.
Yes. Yeah.
But he's back. He's back on tour. And hopefully, he's wisened up a little bit. Clearly a very talented player. And I'm ready to see Zhao Jingtong back in action. Okay?
Me too.
And exciting for all 4 of those guys. They will all be in the World Championship qualifiers. Which is pretty fun.
Was Yan Bing Tao one of the other ones?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know whose name you were saying.
Don't know what's funny about.
I thought you were trying to pronounce Zhao Jingtong.
No.
Yeah.
Got that horribly wrong.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he won the Masters against John Higgins, didn't he?
He did indeed. So they're going to be in the qualifying for UK champs, and I'm going to say it again, I said it last week, so will Ali Carter. Proper kick in the bollocks for Ali Carter, that.
It is, yeah.
I, in our first ever episode, tokened him Mr. Consistent, but clearly not enough. Clearly not enough. It's Barry Hawkins. He's Mr. Consistent, anyway.
Barry Hawkins.
We touched on it a little bit. Oh, yeah, go over to Snooker HQ. But I'd like to talk about Telford.
Yes, this is...
And on a wider scale,
the
locations of snooker.
Yeah.
Because they're a bit mental.
Yeah, it's in relation to the Players' Championship, which is on
It is. So the Players' Championship, which is literally on right now. What's the score? Am I up to date?
As we speak, 2-1.
2-1. it's 1-1 between Williams and Ding Junhui.
Okay. Yes. So it's in relation to the Players' Championship, which is happening at the moment at the International Centre in Telford. And
very little international about the international Telford.
Yeah.
Ben messaged me that. I said it's at Telford International Centre, and he replied, "There's very little international about Telford International Centre."
It's
which is true. That is true.
It got us speaking and thinking a bit about actually where a lot of these tournaments are held.
Yeah, so
because you wouldn't have thought Telford is a hotspot for professional.
For anyone
high-level professional sport.
Know where Telford is? It's about 50 minutes outside of Birmingham. Okay, it is, and they wear it with pride. It is
the biggest town in Shropshire.
Biggest town, yeah.
Which I've got to be honest, when you sent me that, I thought bullshit. It's got to be Shrewsbury.
It's got to be Shrewsbury.
It's got to be Shrewsbury.
It's not. It's Telford.
It's Telford.
Okay.
And hey, it's pretty surprising, isn't it? More people should be aware of that.
So it's been at some other weird places. The Players' Championship. It was at Aldersley Leisure Village in Wolves.
Yeah,
and
I've
also
been to
Telford.
Wolves.
Yeah, so have I.
I haven't hurried back.
Yeah, I passed through.
That's no disrespect to Wolverhampton.
I mean, it clearly is.
No, actually, I will say this: I went to watch Liverpool there at Molineux, and on my way into the ground, I was given a samosa, and it was absolutely delicious. It was lovely.
Well, that's all you've got to say about. Speaking of football,
we won the game as well.
Yeah, nice, fantastic. All right, Ben, by the way, is a Liverpool fan, and Isaac, by the way, is an Everton fan. But that doesn't divide us, even though the derby is coming up. But if you like football and you also like snooker, in a few days we're going to be releasing a video which I think you might love. It is our starting 11 for the current pros on the snooker tour. Basically, which players would we want in a football team and why? But you're going to love that. But that'll come out in a few days because we've not recorded it yet, but I've got my team ready to go. Will Ronnie be in it? That's the big question. But yeah, so here's some locations of where the snooker is. Also, Telford has a bit of a history of snooker. This isn't anything against Telford per se, but I think the word
it feels like it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not actually. It's not. It's more the size of the place. It's a town. It is very much a town, and I do feel like snooker's a big enough, good enough game to not be in towns. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I don't think I'm asking too much for like to put it on in cities. Like take the darts, take the Premier League darts for example. That goes around 16 different cities, up and down the country, across the world, but mainly up and down England and the UK. But it always centres. So like the furthest down there comes like Exeter, but they'll go up to like I don't know. It's like Glasgow or Edinburgh or something.
Yeah.
And it's really well done, and there's something for everyone. If you're desperate to go and see the darts, there will be something that comes past your section. But most of the snooker just stays around the Midlands, really.
Yeah. Where are some of the other venues that the Players' Championships have been? You mentioned Wolverhampton.
Oh, I don't have many. It's sometimes abroad. It moves about a lot. But the thing is, when it's come back to Telford had the UK Championships. And obviously now it's in York. And me and Ben have a history with York. We both lived there. Yeah. And I think personally that York is a fantastic place to have the UK Championships.
I think so too.
The venue's great. The people love it. The tickets sell. It's a good hub. So this gets me onto the Triple Crown events. They've absolutely nailed. That's a fact. So we've got Ali Pali, perfect. We've got the Crucible. Obviously, we hope it stays and stuff, but still, either way, perfect. Sheffield in general is great. So you've got York, Sheffield, and London. And then, so the English Open. Do you know where the English Open is? That's kind of the first thing after.
No, I don't. I don't actually know where the English Open is.
I don't think many people would know where the English Open is, and that's another problem. Is it's in Brentwood.
Brentwood.
Brentwood, which is basically Essex. It's just outside of London.
Yeah,
And that's fine. But I would argue, just pop it in London. If you're gonna have something
you're close
that's just
enough, aren't you?
outside, yeah. If you're gonna have something that's just outside of London, my problem with Telford. Just put it in Birmingham. Put it in Stoke. Stoke is a proper hub for snooker.
Put it in Stoke.
Oh! Don't you start me on Stoke, Ben. But I mean, like Ray Reardon's snooker club was in Stoke and stuff, and like his family, he lived there. There's a hub there, and actually, it's weird that this has actually come out today because I was gonna say on the pod that I think it's strange that there's nothing in Leicester, and I know that's kind of Midlands and stuff still, but Leicester is.
It's not far from Telford, I suppose.
No, it's not. That's my point. No. It's not that far from Telford, and also it's a proper hub. It's a proper hub for snooker. The amount of snooker players that are from Leicester. It would be great. It would be amazing. And the Champion of Champions is going to be in Leicester. That was actually I saw that today. So they're clearly listening. They're listening to us, the WST. Yeah. Their man Dave Hendon. But so we've got the English Open in Brentwood, the Brentwood Centre. I haven't really got a clue what that's. Not got a clue what that's like. It might be amazing. The British Open. Do you know where the British Open is? This
Absolutely
is another.
Not.
Exactly. This is
the British Open. You'd think somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
The heart of Britain. Somewhere fairly iconic.
Yeah, you'd think. Well, it kind of is. This is again not slagging off the actual place. It's nothing to do with the place.
Where is it? Cheltenham. Never been.
The Centaur in Cheltenham. I actually have been to Cheltenham. It's fine. It's got the races.
Yeah.
It's got the races.
Oh yeah, races have just been, haven't they?
Yeah, very much just been.
Yeah.
Peter Crouch was there. Did you see what he said? It was absolutely hilarious.
I did see that. Yeah.
If anyone hasn't seen this video of Peter Crouch, he gets asked if he likes to ride, and he replies, Abby, his wife. Abby loves to ride, and then space, and then goes, horses. Anyway, British Open, Cheltenham. The Welsh Open. See,
I do know where the Welsh Open is. That's in Llandudno.
No, what have I put? Sorry. Yeah, the Welsh Open is Llandudno. This is it is, sorry. I actually read, instead of pointless, the Welsh Open is Llandudno at the Cymru
Centre.
Cymru Centre, which is great.
I'd like to say a bit about that. It's actually quite a good venue.
Yeah. No, this is what I was going to say. The
a couple of years ago.
Go on, sorry.
I went a couple of years ago, but not for the snooker. I went on what ended up being quite a bleak weekend away on my own in the middle of October to Llandudno.
Why did you go to the?
I went to a gig because I used to live in Chester, and it's I'd say half an hour, maybe 40 minutes on the train.
Yeah, no.
And a band I like playing there, so I went there, and my goal was to go to the copper mine of the Great Orme.
Classic! That was my school trip, Ben. Honestly, it was my school trip.
The tram wasn't running, so I thought, I have to walk up. I walked up the Great Orme.
Did you see the guy with the monkey?
Absolutely knackered. What? I was absolutely knackered, and I got to the top, and the copper mines were shut because it was October.
Right, of course. Yeah. So, did you hear what I said, or did you think you misheard what I said?
No, I knew what you said. I just tried to ignore it for a second, and then I couldn't process it.
The man with the monkey in a pram.
No.
Right. Anyone, please comment down about Llandudno. There is a man that walks along the promenade blasting out music with a monkey in a pram. It's not a real monkey, but he's a spectacle to behold. He's actually got married since, and his wife walks down the promenade with I don't know what she does, but proper famous around the parts of Llandudno. Anyway, the Welsh Open is in Llandudno. Do you know where the Northern Irish Open is?
I'd guess well, my first guess would be Belfast.
It is Belfast.
Yeah.
And the Scottish Open?
Glasgow.
Edinburgh. Just as
Edinburgh.
good, though.
Yeah.
Northern Irish Open,
that
Belfast.
makes sense.
They make sense. So we've got Welsh, Llandudno, Scottish, Edinburgh, Northern Irish, Belfast, and British, Cheltenham.
Also, thinking about it from a logistical perspective as well, and well, from a perspective of a fan, if I was wanting to go to, let's use the Players' Championship in Telford, for instance, say I didn't drive.
Yeah, this is the.
Let's play a little game of
reason,
how many trains would I have to get from York, and how much would it cost?
Yeah, no, this is my point, and while you're doing that, the point isn't that Telford's not the best place for the snooker. I'm sure Telford International Centre is absolutely lovely.
Oh, I have actually been. Yeah, it's all right.
You actually have been?
No, but we spoke about it a second ago, and I'm pretty sure I have been, actually, yeah.
Nice. For what? Please enlighten us.
My sister was in a cheerleading expo thing there once. I went to see my sister do cheerleading.
Okay, and that kind of proves my point of Telford, right? That's the sort of shit they're putting on.
Oh, don't get me wrong. There's a cracking Bella Italia around the corner. There's a Nando's as well.
Other things at Telford International Centre in the next few months. Here's a list, because I made a list. Celebrations and party exhibition. I don't even know what the fuck. I don't know what that means. This one's so vague. Ready? The Telford Skills Show.
The Telford Skills Show.
Is that like Britain's Telford's Got Talent? Water Equipment Show. The National Brick Event. The National Brick Event.
The National Brick Event.
Pickleball English Open.
Don't knock pickleball. My brother loves it.
The last one is my favourite. It's my favourite thing I've ever heard. Japanese Performance Show. And then the final piece of my puzzle, Comic-Con Midlands.
Comic-Con Midlands.
Yeah, so that's what else. If you're in and around Telford, there's a full itinerary of what's going on over the next few months.
Okay, so I mean,
how much would it cost you?
Moses, that's astounding.
Is it?
Yeah.
So York to Telford, tell me.
York to Telford. So these matches started at 7 o'clock, can't they? So if I wanted to get there with time to spare, so I could get a train tomorrow. 2:45. It would take me 3.25 hours
it's not
to get there
either,
with one change.
Yeah.
At I don't know, but it would cost me £89.20.
It's a lot.
I mean, that's more.
Trains are expensive anyway, but
if anything, that's more of a slight on
totally
the British rail service,
podcast.
isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah, but it's not my. It's the point is. It should be a hub for transport wherever the snooker's going.
Yes, yeah.
It should be it should have enough nice hotels for all the players not to have to stay. Because I'm
Telford.
assuming that, yeah, yeah, in Telford, yeah. That's kind of what I was fucking circling around. But yeah, they should be able to stay they're snooker players. They're rock stars. They're not, but you should be. And
they're jazz stars.
I didn't hear what you said. Say again.
I just said they're more like jazz stars, really.
Yeah. They are. If snooker was music, it would be jazz.
Yeah.
Get that on a t-shirt. But they definitely need somewhere better. Surely they need somewhere better than what Telford's got to offer. But Telford has got some history with snooker. So
yeah.
We'll see what the WST.
We've got the tournament championship next. That's in Manchester.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Manchester. Perfect. Just from my point of view, here are some other places that I think could be in the question. The first one I'd like to put out there, I don't live anywhere near Ben, by the way. I live the arse end of the world, Cornwall. And there's no snooker that comes anywhere near me.
You can't slag off the snooker being in Telford and then say it should be in Cornwall.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying these are other places that it could be that I would be willing to go to.
Okay.
Bristol.
Bristol's a good shout. Yeah.
Bristol, Bath, Cardiff.
Yeah.
I am going to mention a Cornish one. Truro. The Hall for Cornwall in Truro would be perfect for the snooker, like literally perfect. Southampton, Exeter, Plymouth, or I'd be willing to go home up to like Liverpool. Why does Liverpool never get any snooker? They've got John Parts from Liverpool. Taking it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chester. I mean, Chester I kind of get. There's not really much.
There's nowhere in Chester for it.
But this is my point. There's a lot of places they haven't really touched. Plymouth is one in particular. In Plymouth Pavilions, the British Open was at the Plymouth Pavilions between 94 and 2004. So they've had the snooker.
Yeah.
It's been good there. Bring it back. Also, Break from Life's from Plymouth.
Very nice. I will say this.
That's a hobby itself.
Snooker should never, ever, ever go to Milton Keynes ever again.
My God, that's just one big car park, Milton Keynes.
It is. I went a couple of weeks ago. It was my friend's stag do.
Yeah.
And I booked myself into a Premier Inn in Milton Keynes, and I was walking
Pardon, this stag do is in Milton Keynes?
Yeah, stag do is in Milton Keynes. They're all sort of Oxford, Cambridge based, and they were coming from sort of, and it was just a convenient place to.
No. That is not a good enough reason that it's convenient.
I don't come for me.
Don't shoot the messenger. Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not even a messenger. Don't shoot the man who went to Milton Keynes. Well, depends where you're gone. You might. Yeah. It's quite bleak.
Get to the point. Why were you in Milton
Anyway,
Keynes?
it was my friend's stag do, and it is 90% car parks. There is more car parking than people. It is
more car parks than cars on the roads.
I had time to kill the next morning before my train back home.
Oh, I'm so excited for what you're about to say, because I've never actually had a conversation with someone that's had time to kill in Milton Keynes, so this is going to be so interesting.
I walked to the train station. It took me about 5 minutes. I sat in the Costa and I looked out at just like concrete and one glass building. I thought, my God, this is bleak.
I can't save you here. This really is you just shitting all over Milton Keynes.
It is. I will say this though, there wasn't a lot of shit in Milton Keynes in terms of like dog mess on the street. It was quite clean.
No? All good?
Yeah.
Strikes me as the type of place you'd like struggle to see a person at. Do you know what I mean? Like there just wouldn't be that many people around.
I don't think it's not somewhere where you like bump into someone on the street.
Have you ever watched Severance?
No.
Right. It's like the Severance state of the UK. Milton Keynes. If they were going to put a severed office anywhere, anyone gets this, it would probably be Milton Keynes.
Yeah, no, I was about to say no disrespect to Milton Keynes, but having said, I've just absolutely gone for it.
Totally gone for it. But yeah, the Tour Championship is Manchester. That's a good point.
Yeah, my point is that it's not a nice place to go to, and I don't want snooker there.
Do you know what I did? I tried to draw it. I wanted to visualise where all these tournaments were to sort of see what I was actually talking about. So I drew myself like let's see how good this is, a map of the UK. And it's not the worst. It's not the worst map. Anyway, my point is Telford. That's Llandudno, Belfast, Edinburgh. Telford. Look at all this. Manchester, York, Sheffield, Leicester, Cheltenham, Brentwood, Ali Pally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room up here.
Newcastle.
Take it to Newcastle. Yeah, that's a great point. Take it to Newcastle. Is there any Geordie snooker players?
I was just trying to think of it. Yeah.
Or there is a huge gap in the south of the UK.
Take it to Truro.
Truro, I understand if they don't really want to take it that far. But
Barry
Bristol,
Hearn, if you're
Bath,
listening,
Southampton,
get it down to Truro.
Exeter. I mean, the darts goes to Exeter.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This is just a personal rant now on how much
I was
have to
about to
travel
say, shall
actually
we
watch
move on
snooker.
before I am banished from any other places in the UK after my
So
rant
far, you
against
can never
Telford
return
and
to Telford
Keynes.
or Milton Keynes.
Or Milton Keynes.
But by the sounds of it,
Quite,
that's a
I
blessing.
don't mind the
blessing.
latter, really. It's,
Right. The Tour Championship is coming up after the Player Championship.
it is.
They do. Don't half make it complicated. And we're all talking about what people need to get to the Crucible, right? What's the scores, by the way?
The scores on the doors is Kyron Wilson 3-1 up. And I don't know the other one.
3-1. It's 2-2 between Williams and Ding. The Tour Championship is the top 12 in the 1 year list. And what's on at the moment is the top 16 in the 1 year list. So the better question is, what do 13 to 16 have to do to make it into the Tour Championship? And I'm about
Good
to tell you.
question.
Number 13th is Chris Wakelin. He basically he needs to make the semi-final and he'll be in the Tour Championship. Whereas Bingham, Mark Allen and Lee Pai Fan all need to make the final if they want to be in the Tour Championship. And in the case of definitely Bingham and Lee Pai Fan, they will need to make the final if they want to then make the Tour Championship if they want to make the Crucible. Okay? Yeah, do you see what I mean?
I see what you mean.
But yeah, as far as the Crucible races going, the most unlucky one just seems like Ali Carter to me. It's just that's just genuinely quite unfortunate. We will do a video of like the 16 players that we think will get through qualifying. There's a lot of good players in qualifying. You know, Stephen Maguire, Ali Carter, Jack Lazowski. But yeah, it's. I think it'll be quite a difficult one for people to get. I mean, Jimmy White looks really good, and even the Pro-Am stuff. I just think he struggles sometimes, like actually doing it in tournaments.
He made it to the UK's a couple of years ago.
I think Dominic Dale will probably be in qualifying.
The People's Prince.
The PP. Dominic Dale. We
Well,
should have a little... Go on.
I was about to say, we don't have any professional snooker to talk about this week, do we, Isaac?
No. However, I don't know. I've not heard how you're...
Well.
So we've both played this week, actually.
We have both played this week.
Nothing really fantastic. Yeah, I've been playing this sort of... my partner I play snooker with, and she's good. But to keep her interested, I have to play sort of like shootout snooker. So we put sort of 15 minutes on the timer and makes it a bit more interesting. So I've not actually got to the colours in a while, but please tell me about your snooker.
Well, myself and my work colleague, Ollie, we've decided to have a best of 35 match protracted over however many visits to the Castlegate Snooker Club in York it takes us. And so we're on our second session the other day.
Sorry, just a personal question. Whereabouts in York is that?
Opposite the castle. Opposite Clifford's Tower.
Never knew that existed.
Little snooker club. It's next to like I think it's like an Italian restaurant or something.
Right, cool. Carry on. Sorry.
It's a nice little snooker club. Anyway, so it was our second visit there. We played 2 frames the first time we went.
Yeah.
And I lost both of them, making
Is he good?
A highest break of 9.
Nice. That equals your other one, doesn't it?
That was my highest break.
Okay.
And then I went into our session this week thinking it's going to be a good week. I'm feeling good. I'm going to break higher than 9. My highest break was 8. I broke 8 twice. I've got a couple issues.
Hit me.
The first issue.
Stephen Hendry, but hit me with them.
The first issue I've got, and you might be able to help me with this, because it's to do with the fact that I wear glasses.
Right. Oh well, Dennis Taylor told you the answer, buddy.
He did, and I did try it.
For anyone listening on Spotify, I've just turned my glasses upside down.
In a moment of what can only be...
it really just transforms you into a snooker player.
Yeah. I've got to be honest, it can only be described as a moment of sort of Monty Python-esque physical comedy. It's truly sensational what you've just done.
Yeah, thank you.
But anyway, my problem is I'll get down for a shot, and as I'm looking at the cue ball, the pocket, and say the red that I want to hit, I can see the cue ball. I can't see the red ball because it's above my glasses, or I can see it, but I.
Oh, are your eyes that bad?
They're not that bad. It's only when I'm focusing on something close by, like the cue ball, and then I can't see the red. So that's my first problem. My second problem
that is the literal reason that he turned his glasses upside down. Because look how much of my glasses goes below...
I'm going to try it now.
That's because look how much of my glasses go below my eyes. So if I went down like that, I could look over it. But if I go down like this...
You know what?
I can still see through the glasses. That's why he did it. And then obviously he got special glasses made for it and stuff. John Part used to do it as well. John Part is a darts player.
So that's my first problem is that I think I found a solution right now.
Yeah.
My second problem.
Thing. No one's going to judge you. Dennis Taylor laid the ground for that.
My second problem is I can't cue straight.
Wow, we've seen with Judge Trump that is not necessarily.
I can't cue straight.
A bad thing.
I'd argue that's
not
probably
straight but good.
No.
What makes?
Because it's not like I'm.
To straight?
It's not like I'm consistently putting like left hand side on it, so it's not like I can fix that by.
This isn't meant to be harsh, Ben, but I think your problem might be that you're just a bit shit.
I think it is a problem. I was trying to break down the reasons why.
Yeah, I think it's just practice, man.
It is just practice, no. Because I don't get me wrong. There was times when I played the other day, and I hit a couple nice long pots, and I thought, you know what? If I really put my mind to it,
Don't say it.
I potted a long red, and I thought there's got to be a bit of natural talent knocking about if I'm putting that in.
That's really got me.
It was such a good shot. It was a really nice long red.
With a high break of 9, he was walking around the table thinking, "Fucking hell, I'm a year's practice off pro here."
But you know, what do they say? It's 50,000 hours in it or something.
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours. 50,000. I'd be the best in the world. 10,000. How many hours in a year?
I actually haven't got a clue.
Don't know.
I literally don't know.
But anyway, so I made a really nice long red, and then I potted the black, but no position on the red, so that was my 8. But I will say this: my break off is sensational.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. Granite.
Yeah, my break off is absolute granite. I just skimmed. I sent one red out to the left hand side as you're looking down from bulk, and I got the cue ball right back behind the yellow. It was absolute granite.
Can I actually let the listeners in on something I've wanted to do for a while? Me and Ben are actually going to have a game of snooker in summer.
We are, yeah.
Whenever we meet up. But there's something I actually want to do with you. And then we'll play snooker. Joke it.
It's been a while, Isaac.
Yeah, but...
we haven't seen each other in a long time.
I don't think the barrel has even been touched, let alone scraped, for the amount of different break-offs there could be in snooker.
See, I humoured you with this. You proposed this idea to me a while ago.
I seriously think there's some awesome break-offs that's never been done. Obviously, we've got the Mark Williams.
I humoured you with this.
And then there's the other one.
The barrel has been licked clean. There is nothing left in that barrel.
Disagree.
There's the classic.
Disagree.
There's the classic off the side of the reds back to bulk. That's your standard.
One that I thought would be really, really tough is trying to get the white ball in front of the blue.
I don't know how you'd go about doing that.
Yeah. I've got some people thinking, though, haven't I?
Yeah, you have. You've got me thinking.
Right, let's move on to the Players' Championship, which is coming on this week. And
Let's
then I
do
think we'll end this non-knowledge of snooker is what I'll go with.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to, please, think about your football teams for snooker. Think about who do you think is a goalie? Who do you think's a striker? And then watch our other video because we're really going to get into it. On Tuesday, we've got Neil Robertson versus Stuart Bingham. The replay. I actually hope Stuart Bingham... I know actually it turned out that Stuart Bingham had lost to a family member just right before the final. So hopefully he's feeling okay. And also we've got Selby versus Sijawi. Really good game. That I fancy Sijawi for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. I think I like him for that. I don't know. He's got something about him I really like. Barry Hawkins, Sean Murphy. They are always playing each other.
It's one of those. It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It always feels like at some point. Maybe it's because they usually get to like the semi-finals. Do you know
It's
what I
like
mean?
that. It's like that in every sport, though. Like I'm not massively into darts, but it feels like Luke Glitter plays Michael Van Gerwen every single day.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
What football teams do you think are just constantly playing each other?
Oh, it's West Ham, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, the Tartan
Constantly.
clash. Yeah, yeah.
They're
Tartan.
constantly at it.
I meant claret, but
Tartan. Imagine a tartan football game.
Glasgow should roll with it.
They should do. Yeah,
I'm sure
we've got
someone must.
Then we've got Zhao Gudong.
Oh, never mind.
against...
My team, my snooker 11 will have a tartan football game.
Tartan.
Yeah, then we've got
Zhao Gudong against Wu Yi's.
Who are you fucking reading? Oh, right, that's Wednesday, mate. We've not talked about Judd Trump versus Lee Pai Fan.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm obviously looking at a differently structured list to you. Go on, then. We've got Barry Hawkins against Sean Murphy. Judd Trump against Lee Pai Fan.
I can't see Judd Trump not winning that. No offence, Lee. On Wednesday, we've got John Higgins versus Chris Wakelin.
Yes.
Tough to see Chris Wakelin making the semi-finals when he's got
It
John
is.
Higgins in the first round.
Yeah.
And then we've got Zhao versus Wu Yi's. Yeezy. Wu Yize. Don't know how the pronunciation is on that. I'll be honest. So, revisiting last week, we did a quick, brief prediction, didn't we? I thought John Higgins might win it. Yeah.
I think you said...
I actually tipped
Ding. I can't remember who you said. You tipped Ding, did you?
I tipped Ding. Also, yeah, go on.
Would you like to stick by that? Let's just say that because it's on now.
No, I don't think I'm going to go Ding. I think I'm going to go. I'm going to pick Sijawi to win his first tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, and
interesting.
Just a little shout out. We did a little video which I'll link at the end, which basically it's called the Ultimate Snooker Player. We went through a load of categories, talking about the Ultimate Snooker Player, and we had a few people respond. But I'd like to just read out and get your opinion, Ben.
Yes.
On someone else's Ultimate Snooker Player. So Q Power, Judd Trump, we agree.
Yeah.
Q Action, Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy, yeah.
Very nice.
It's a good shout.
Cue ball control, Ding. I'm not sure about that.
I'm a big Ding fan.
I am, but I think there's people with better cue ball control. Long potting, Neil Robertson. I get it. We went Kyron Wilson. Rest play, Jimmy White.
Jimmy White, yeah. I think
Absolutely
it's a good
not.
rest play.
Sorry.
No? Oh, did we go Sean Murphy for rest play?
We went Sean Murphy for good reason on rest play.
Yeah.
Sean Murphy's best attribute about his game, compared to every other snooker player, is probably his rest play or his cue action. Anyway, moving on. Safety play, John Higgins. We went Ray Reardon. We've got class. And then we've got temperament. Oh, drop me pen. we've got temperament, Mark Selby, flair/creativity, Ronnie O'Sullivan. This is my biggest problem with Richard. I'm not going to say his last name, but Richard's comments. Because the best thing about Ronnie O'Sullivan's game is not his flair/creativity. Do you know what I mean?
The sketches.
It's his sketches. #just comfy.
No, I completely understand that.
I think he's got a lot of attributes that are like the best ever. And
he does, yeah.
He's not the best ever flair player. We went Alex Higgins on that. We put Ronnie O'Sullivan for cue ball control because, I mean, it's on as they say, it's on a string.
But also there is a lot of flair to sort of putting, 2 balls of a 147 and asking what the maximum prize money is.
True. I mean,
that's flair.
Did that. That is flair. I'm not disagreeing he has flair, but he's the best player ever. He's not just a flair player.
The bollocks to do that.
I know.
Because if you get it wrong, you're like a right arse, don't you? And do it. Massive bollocks.
And so then we've got Snooker Brain, Mark Williams. I can take it. I'll take it. Good brain. Yeah. Dress Sense, Steve Davis.
Yeah. It's not Dominic Dale though, is it?
No, it's not. It's not double D's. But
there was one comment I'd like to mention there, which was I don't know who wrote it, but you sent it to me. It was just someone saying, "Dress sense, who cares?"
This is Tim on Facebook. Said, "Dress sense and looks, who the fuck cares?" You put.
Who the fuck cares?
Cueless Snooker Podcast cares, buddy.
Yeah,
we care.
We care. Because we want Dominic Dale in our
because Dominic Dale deserves to have a part of himself inside the. Oh God, phrased it horribly.
We care, but also I think it's just it's a nice additional thing, isn't it, to play well and look cool. So
yeah, so we've got Bottle. They went for Stephen Hendry. I get that. He had some serious bottle, but he famously missed the win in black, famously, and I know he won 7 world titles.
That's what we discussed it.
And we discussed this, and we thought, no, actually, we went Mark Williams for Bottle because he potted that black.
Yeah.
Versatility, they went for Karen Wilson. That's fair. That's fair. And looks, this is someone that we actually didn't mention, and they are totally right. Paul Hunter.
Yes. Yeah.
Totally right. What a handsome chap he was.
Yes.
Seriously handsome chap. And on that note, I think we'll leave it there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we will speak again next week.
We'll have a bit more snooker to talk about next time.
We will. Players' Championship.
Yeah. Players' Championship will be done.
And of course, the question we're now all on tenterhooks as to find out the answer to. Will I finally break higher than 9?
Yeah, because you're playing tomorrow. I had a break of 18 in my 15-minute games. Yeah, it wasn't particularly. It wasn't that. It was a red, black, red, yellow. Yeah, it was. No, that's 19. Or I missed. Can't remember. However you make 18, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was pink and yellow. Black, pink, yellow, that's it. But either way, still not great. The yellow was proper clutch, though. The yellow was clutch.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're moving on. Come back next week and have a listen for whatever goes on in the Tour Championship. Right.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks for listening. Any
questions
you have or anything to do with snooker, any funny stories, any football teams that you want read out on next week's podcast, please get in touch. We want start 11, we want formation, we want subs, any detail you want to include, get in touch. But more will be explained in our video, which I shall link somewhere whenever it's out. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, send us an email, cuelesspod@gmail.com.
The Cueless Clan, what should they comment if they got this far into the pod? Comic-Con Midlands.
Milton Keynes is a shithole.
Milton Keynes is a shithole. Yeah. Right, and on that note, thank you. Goodbye.